Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I was all set today to go into the Christ letters, but I think whether it's the universe or my higher self would like me to go in a different
Okay.
direction today. Um we're living we're living in a time where everybody has to come into the knowledge of self. Everyone has to come into the knowledge of self. And also, it's like there's a war going on.
Mm,
There's a war for our consciousness. And when I use consciousness, please, if you can use mind, thoughts, thinking. And if you understand who you are, you understand why there's a war going on. And I woke up this morning, I was more angry at the church because those of us who grew up in the church, I'm not saying angry. Let me put disappointed because we grew up talking about this time that we're living in, and no one's recognizing it. We're not recognizing the time that we're living in. We're still going on and playing the same game as usual. No,
mm,
what about your spirituality?
yeah.
What about your spirituality? What about the word, what Christ said? It is so plain. It is so plain the war we're in. There's something going on. There's something going on. Why are people so distracted? Why aren't we understanding that this world, look, the Paul tells us, Christ tells us, we are not of this world.
True.
Why are we so obsessed with it? If you understand who you are, you'll understand that you don't give your power to anyone. And that's what they want. We keep years after, I mean, not that I'm better than, but I come to this knowledge, and my sister did, and a lot of people out there did.
Mm-hmm.
We come to this knowledge of self and understand why Christ came for us to understand the truth of existence. Who we are, we're divine beings. God lives within us. The God we're looking for is within us. We, with our thoughts and our reality, our thoughts and our emotions, we create our reality. What are we leaving our future children? What are we leaving the next generation? The same thing? Oh, it's Trump, it's Obama, it's Kamala. What can Kamala do for you that you can't do for yourself? Please, let me hear it. Let me hear what Kamala can do for us that we can't do. Our Trump. Our around the world, this two-party system. Are you Pope? Are you um your Pope? Are you're anywhere you at? The kings and the queens. Tell me what they can do for you. We've been on this earth and we voting and we voting and we go out and more taxes. Our children been on the streets, caught up on the street with cops, and how many kids been murdered. And that's for another thing too, because whatever they're showing us, and this is what gets me, whatever we're seeing with our eyes, it's not necessarily truth.
True.
It's to get your emotion, it's to get your energy.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, we're gonna see more police violence and black men. We're gonna see that coming up. We're gonna see earthquakes. We're gonna see storms. We're gonna see these things coming up. We're gonna see everything to divide.
Mm-hmm.
And I know the first thing some people are gonna be, oh, this is about God and all that. And it doesn't matter who it is, if it's Oprah, if it's your favorite celebrity. They're all part of the system. They're all part of the game. You only have yourself as my guy that we listen to. I keep that young man. He just make things so simple. It's only you and your energy and your consciousness.
That is it.
That is it.
That is it. Mm-hmm.
That is it. Your energy, and your consciousness. So I'm just here to warn you that we're at war.
With
We
our own
shouldn't,
self.
we had, say that again, sis.
I said, with our own self,
We're
we're
with our own
warring
self.
against. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And because the powers that be are the others in this realm, the powers that be see that we're coming to the knowledge of self. And when we come to the knowledge of self, excuse me, that means your consciousness is growing on the earth. I think somebody said, I think we're at 10%. I think we need, I think somebody said we need 12. Out of all the people on the earth, we probably need 10 or 12%. I'm not sure, but we'll need everybody. That's what the Bible was talking about, those who can laugh like a dog. That's what the Bible said. 5,000 men went to war, only 500.
Mm-hmm.
5,000 men went. I think you remember that scripture, sis?
Yeah, and they only needed 300. Only
Yes, something like
300.
that.
Yeah.
Yes, so I think
Mm-hmm.
it's 10%. I think it's that 10%. They only need 10% of people to raise their vibrational frequency. So we're at that cusp of having the amount of people needed to raise their vibration to bring in the new heaven and the new earth. We're at that cusp. And there's a power that be that wants to stop that from happening. And the same old things that allow us to stay in that low vibrational state. We can go back as far as Rodney King. What's the recent one? That the police killed. To Sandra, to the last one, that lady. Listen, that's just to ignite an emotion.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're gonna go to the school shooting.
Oh,
That's to
wow.
ignite an emotion. And then we're gonna have hurricanes. And then we're gonna have earthquakes. What are we gonna do? Are we gonna sit down and ask her, are yourself? God, is this of you? Listen, God is of love. God is love. And not everything we're gonna see is of God. God doesn't wish that any of us should perish, as the scripture tells us.
Mm.
None of us should perish. So when you see these things, is there a spirit of fear? Is there an energy of fear coming out of you? If an energy of fear coming out of you, you don't understand who you are. Because you have the power to say, be still to that storm, just like Christ did.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of you have the power to speak to that earthquake. You have the power within you to stop any violence anywhere. All you need to do is to understand that the power of God lives within us. And if we don't understand this, if we don't understand this, we're going to be like the shaft that the wind drives away. Because we don't have nothing to stand on. And if you're still looking for Christ to open the sky and come down and save you from all this that we're talking about, forget it. Why would Christ
Mhm.
come down and Christ is already within you? Why do you
Mhm.
need help and you have the power? Does it make sense? Huh? You have the power to get yourself out of debt, to heal you. Huh? Life and death in the power of the tongue. We talk about that so many times. Huh?
Yes.
And you're still sitting down and waiting for things somebody's coming to help us while our children are dying. We have to turn the stable around them. When you hear about the storm, that's when you go into meditation. That's where you go within. Go ask your higher self. Father, they say a storm. No, you're just like everybody. You start running and buying zinc and food and whatever. You hear about, oh, policemen um kill the recent one was a football player they pulled over, and I'm like, why this looks so fake? Listen, and if you're into skin color, you can't even pack it up either.
Mm.
If you're looking all black and white, you listen, that's just trigger. And if you hate gay people, that's just another trigger too.
Mhm.
All those are low vibrational energy to not bring in the new heaven and the new earth. Well, if you hear this, then you'll be like, I like this. I like it being, I like being in this earth. I like where I'm at. And this lady, fine. You're a divine being. You can stay wherever you at. You continue in that division tactics. You continue falling for whatever this earth is spewing out. You continue support looking for Kamala and Trump to take care of your children. You could continue. Listen, this is for those who I just want to put this out there that someone can wake up, somebody can wake up to their divinity, the power that we have within us. Christ said, the same power that raised me from the dead lives within you. The kingdom of God is within you.
Yes.
This flesh is not who we really are. Look, go listen to Pete Sapper if you hear my voice. This is not who we don't even look like this. This is the worst part of it. It's just the light and everything coming into the realm that let us look like this. We're not solid. Read the Christ letters. That's why the Bible talk about the 10%. This is just the persona, the ego, the truth of who we are, our higher self, our soul. That's your divinity. That's what speak to you. That's what give you thoughts. All this flesh, we judge people by this flesh. This flesh is not it's temporary, as you see, it goes in the earth, and the true part of you ascend. We have to wake up. We have to stop talking about each other. Oh, look at all this person. This is just your 5 cents. Use your 6 cents. There's a movie called 6 Cents.
Yes. Yeah.
Use your 6 cents. When I last night I had a dream that I went to Jamaica and I was just grabbing the children. I have to take them. I have to take them. Look at what are you doing? You want the same life for your children? Do we want the same life for them? You are divine beings. You are divine beings. And if you're hearing me and you'll be like, well, if I'm my divine being, how do I do this and how do I do that? First, you have to understand who you are. That's why you go on, pick up your phone and go on any platform, and they telling you raise your consciousness. And raising your consciousness means understanding. Understand who you are.
Know thyself.
Know thyself. Know thyself. Wake up and understand who you are. You're a living soul. You're on this earth to find out who you are. You're not on this earth to work and toil and and, and broke and be broke and be sick and and then you die. You're here to live, have an experience.
And experience. Yeah. Mhm.
You have something to say, sis, because I keep going on.
No, no, no. Go ahead. Go ahead. You're teaching.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're here to experience heaven on earth. I know we grew up in church and they tell us everything about Jesus, but we can't blame them. We have grown. We have to understand who we are. The Bible says hands is always stretched out. Hmm? That means God is just waiting for us to come back and understand who we are. Nowadays, when I walk outside, I just imagine I'm in God's presence.
But we are.
Yeah, we are. Just imagine you're in God's presence because God, that energy, what you call God, and please don't put God as in our way of thinking. God is all energy. God is all consciousness. And God vibrates at such a high frequency that it can't be visible in this realm. I don't even think it can be visible at any realm because it vibrates at such a high frequency because all creation comes out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you understand who you are, and if you vibrate at a certain frequency, you'll understand God because it's whatever your needs are. Once you're vibrating at that frequency, it sends you. It's all truth. We have to have the problem is we don't have an experience of who God is. As the Christ letter saying, we're basing our experience of about God based on what we read in the Bible
Or what someone else say.
or what someone else said. What is your experience with God?
Yeah,
Hmm?
you need your ha-ha moment.
You need it. Oh God, I see some comments sometime. Oh, God is gonna do this and God is gonna. That's not God. I can tell you now, all those God is vengeance. That's not God. That's not God. I don't know which God is that, but that's not God.
God and the devil. God and the devil.
Yeah, God is. It's all love. It's pure love. You are. Are you vengeance? Are you this? God is you, and you are God. You're just the visible aspect of Him.
And the word became flesh.
The Word became flesh and dwelt among us.
Yes.
We think it's only Jesus.
We are the word.
We are the Word. The Word became flesh and dwelt among us. We are. That's who we are.
Yes.
That's who we are. He said it makes you in His image. But when we hear this word image, the first thing we're thinking about is this physical thing. He makes
Mm-hmm.
him, no, your imagination is mind.
Mm-hmm.
It's all mind. That's why your thoughts are so powerful. That's why you create your reality. Because your thoughts are powerful, because you get it from that divine consciousness, and your emotions, which you get from your mother. Electricity and magnetism. It's all energy. We're creating the our lives that we find ourselves in because we're creators. So the war going on this earth, and we've been creating this earth for those in control all these years, because all they have to do is focus our thoughts and our emotions. You get it? COVID coming, our thoughts and emotions. We see COVID doing certain things. They plant certain things. We have to understand how this works. They just got to plant it, and we
Yes.
magnify it. We
Yes.
create it just by our thoughts. It could be fake. I could plant something and call it anything and tell you that it will kill you, and show
Mm-hmm.
a couple people dying. You show a couple people dying, and then, oh my God, and the news media take it. Oh, hundreds of people are dying, or wherever, and our thoughts and our emotions, and then it becomes a pandemic because we create it. So you want to help? You want to help this ascension? You want to help Mother Earth ascend? Do you want to experience heaven on earth? Don't give them your thoughts and your emotions. No matter what they show you going on, unless you see it in front of you. And even when you see it in front of you, as the
It's
book
still
tells
not
us,
real.
it's still
Mm-hmm.
not you. All you have to say, I bless it with the light of God.
Yes.
I bless it with the light of God, and keep going. This is how we leave a better world for our children than what we came here. Let than how we came here. Let our children know that the power that lives within them. How many of us tell our children, you can do anything? We used to tell our children, we heard that growing up, but it's true. Everybody can be a doctor. There's nobody smarter than anybody.
True.
I know we grew up on an island. They call it third world country, but nobody is smarter than anybody else. Everybody is
It's
smart.
only one word. It's
Yo,
only
it's
one word.
one God. We all come from that same source.
Mm-hmm.
But we were brainwashed to think, oh, you have to go to school to get an education and have knowledge of. No, you don't. That's just programming. That's just programming so you don't walk in your divinity. Because if we came here, we didn't have nobody told us, oh, this is a bus, this is a car, this is a bed, this is whatever. We would know whatever we would just walk in as spiritual beings on this earth and know things by the what how they're vibrating. But because this is a controlled environment, they tell us, oh, you have to go to school and you got to learn this and you got to. No, we didn't. No, we didn't. There's plenty of stories about self-taught people.
Yes.
Never saw
Mm-hmm.
school. I think there's a movie about this guy who made the utensils, not utensils they call them, that you use in surgery, that never went to school. that never went to school. Never. We don't need anybody to teach us anything because we're divine beings. So now we went to school, now we did all of that. Now we have to go back to who we truly are. Well, we gotta unlearn everything that we've learned before. Oh, the president knows everything. Oh, your teacher knows everything. The pastor knows everything. No, you knows everything. You just have to reprogram your subconscious mind to understand that. That you're everybody in your life. I agree with Pete Sapro that says everybody in your surroundings, you create them.
Hmm.
Everybody, I know this is a hard one for me to swallow. I thought the hardest one for me to swallow was to be present in every moment, not to think about the past or the future, just be present. But this is a hard one. Everybody in your
Yeah,
life,
yeah.
you pick your parents, you choose your parents, and I think a lot of kids now talking about how they reincarnated and what is talking about their past lives. We choose our parents. And I just understand that we choose them to help us to wake up. So whether your husband, well, this one too, your husband is everybody in your life that you think you're giving, um, everybody in your life that you think is giving you such a hard time is just helping you to wake up to who you are. They're part of you. Listen, it's just one. It's universe. We all come from the same source. We all come from the same source. And we, before we came here, there's certain things we put in our lives to help us wake up. Maybe if you're listening to this, this is something you put in your life to help you to wake up to who you are. All of us who come to this consciousness used to be go to church, used to sit down and watch television, used to be reactionary to everything we see going on. But somehow whatever we put in our lives to wake us up, woke us up to who we are. So your children giving you a hard time, as look in your child represent an aspect of you, your husband represent an aspect of you, your parents who we probably think are the worst parents, they're an aspect of you. There's something about them that you need to work on within yourself.
Mm-hmm. They showing you yourself.
Then exactly,
Mm-hmm.
they're showing us ourselves.
Yeah.
So don't talk about, oh, something is bad. No one is bad. No one is better than. No one is good. No one is evil. If that God power is within you, how can you be evil? They're just vibrating in their lower chakras, as they would say. And that's what you call hell, in their lower consciousness. You know? In spite of what you read in the Bible, you take the Bible literally. The Bible wasn't meant to be. Yes, at some point you could take it literally, but you have to grow and understand what it's trying to say. It's trying. Everything in the Bible is about you. Everything is about you. Whether in the Egyptian, whether it's in Buddha, whatever, it's talking about this temple. Going back to your divinity, going back to who you are. Especially those in the church. Especially those in the church. The church was used as an indoctrination. Our ancestors were not in churches.
No.
Not in churches every Sunday. Our ancestors understand nature. Nature. Just like how you see the animals. They didn't have to toil, go out there every 8 hours and toil now. And when we get out of our true nature, that's what happened to us. We were conquered. We were conquered, and the colonizers, the first thing they gave us was Bible
And put us in
and
bondage.
put us in bondage because they know the power that lives within us. They know who we are, so they play with our mind. They play with our mind in thinking that we have to look outside of us for somebody to come and save us. Oh my gosh. We have to think Jesus incarnated on this realm because he saw that we we lost the knowledge of who we are. Jesus didn't incarnate for us to serve him and worship him.
No,
He's our
Christ came.
brother.
No, he came to show us the way.
He came when he
Yeah.
said, I am the way, I am the truth, I am the life. It's the I am presence within you.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way, the truth, and the life. It's not him, Jesus. He said he does nothing of himself other than without his
What the
Father.
Father said, yeah, without the Father, yeah. Mm-hmm. And moreover, Jesus never said to worship him. Oh,
Never.
in the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus. No.
Yeah. Never said you should worship him. Even his disciples, and we'll get into it today. Maybe not today, but continue with it on Saturday. Yeah. Christ never tell no one to worship him. No. Well, no. Yeah. So because of this colonization, um we were given the Bibles, and the Bible tell you that um they gave us the Bible, but they didn't give us the keys to the Bible. And we just ran with it. We took it literally and we ran with it. There's nothing wrong with the Bible. It's the interpretation of it. It's the interpretation of the Bible. So we now I look back at it. I'm like, listen, the same people who claim that they enslave us, are they gonna give us something to free us? Huh?
Huh?
Are they gonna give
Huh?
us something to free us? Huh? They claim they enslave us, and then they give us the Bible. Huh?
Mm-mm. That's a good one.
Yeah. And then the thing that we use to free ourselves, like Obia and voodoo, they make us hate it. They make us hate what our ancestors was doing. If Obia was good for us, they would. If Obia was bad, they would have made us love it. But they
That's
made
true.
us, yeah. If Obia was bad, they would have made us love it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
They made, because it's energy our ancestors understood. We are energy beings. In order for us to heal, we have to use energy. We have to vibrate at a certain frequency. They understood. They didn't have these medications that they give us now. Our ancestors
Poison,
didn't have those. Uh,
poison,
Poison.
poison.
Those are poison to our body. The trees, they could go out there and find something and rub it up and put it and give it and heal a wound and heal. And that's what they were doing. Yeah, yeah.
But
We go ahead.
I was just thinking that even the so-called disease which makes your body be at ease, um however many years ago did not exist.
A lot of stuff did not exist.
It did not exist.
Did not ex
So they create a lot of things in order to keep people in fear.
Exactly. Exactly. And the way we work too, I was thinking this today. This 8 hours, this 12 hours, our body don't rest. Our bodies don't not in the normal homeostasis
No,
place, you know?
true, true, because remember back in the old days, even with the pilgrims, they did not have electricity. And once the sun go down, everybody was in bed.
Exactly. 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 And that's why all those things we hear in history um, about the witches and the witches. Those were our ancestors, or they hang how many witches and they put it into history. And
Mm-hmm.
Catholic and Protestants. Where are the Protestants? Our ancestors, some of our ancestors never brought this Catholic thing, what the Catholic was pouring out. You're talking about witches and Salem witch trials and all that. Those were the women, those were the healers. They didn't understand it, so they call us witches and Protestants. Come on. If you're raising your vibration and your frequency, your higher self will open up your eyes to all that we've been taught. And if you follow my ministry, I don't believe in the slave trade. I don't believe that happened at all. Not with Black people, not with Black people. I think with another race. And I think some Black people was taken from here over to the continent. Because it number one, if there's an Africa, the entire country has to be Africa. Entire world has to be Africa because everybody was melanated at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna tell me that only a few people were, or a few Black people were in a certain continent? No, no, no. I don't buy that at all. The slave trade is another, and I'm gonna ask the same, is another indoctrination. I'm gonna ask the same question. If we were slaves, why would you tell us where we came from? Why would you tell us the truth about our ancestors? Huh? Why would
Ah,
you?
that's a good question.
You wouldn't.
Whoa,
You wouldn't tell us the truth of who we
whoa.
are and tell us that we don't have our names and we have your names. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. It's the other way around. Please, people, open your eyes. Teach your children. Things don't make sense. It makes sense when you're in the dark. It doesn't make sense when you're vibrating at a certain frequency. There was a war.
Wow.
There was a war. And yes, we got defeated. Does that matter
Because
now? Probably not. But it
it
matters that our children knows the truth.
knows. Yeah. Know the truth. The
Know the
truth will
truth.
set you
Your
free.
truth will set you free. And that's the time we're living in. And if we don't do it, listen, the consciousness, the vibration of this earth, they're gonna teach you. If you don't teach them, they're gonna teach you. Because a lot of children incarnating at this time, that they're not children, they're divine beings. We look at them, oh, my little baby. No, those are divine souls. They
They
come
know a
here for,
lot.
yeah, they know a lot. They come here for this exact purpose to help this earth ascend. Mother Earth has seen a lot of violence, a lot of lies, a lot of deceit, and the law of the universe. That's what we should really understand, the laws of the universe. We talk about Moses, the law of Moses. No, the law of the universe. Everything grows. Everything grows. You can't stay in one place all the time. You have to grow. You have to grow. So our babies, the Bible tells you, the babies out of the mouth of babes ordained praise. They're gonna be teaching you. If you don't wanna grow, if you don't wanna tap into this consciousness, this energy coming into the earth at this time, you're gonna be taught by babies. You're gonna be taught by babies. Yeah. So the message, please, if this message find you, we gotta wake up. We have to wake up to who we are. Right now we're at war because the earth is raising its vibration, um and some people are trying to hold on to the old ways. Please let it not be you holding on to the old ways doing things, this old earth. If it serves you well, fine. Fine. If you be like, you know what, I like this earth. I want to be here. I like the way it is. I'm not suffering. I'm healthy and fine. That's fine if that's your excuse. Because you're a divine being. Everybody get to choose with their soul what they want to do. And maybe that's why you came here. You didn't came here to help this earth ascend. But if you have to feel it in your heart that at this time you want to do more, you want to be more. There's more to what you're seeing. There's more because our higher self is talking up to us all the time. But because of the programming, we've completely ignored the spiritual things and holding on to the physical thing that the world is telling us. And it's most of it, 90% of it, it's all deception and lies. Your celebrities is part of it. And I hate to say it. I was saying this through the Olympics, and I'm like, I hope our athletes with their God-given talent is not part of this matrix.
Mm.
I'm gonna hold out on this one because I know deep within my heart, I kind of feel that they're part of it. When I watched that video that happened on Sunday with the football player and the cops, I'm like, oh my gosh, is are the athletes part of this um deception? I don't want to judge anybody, but listen, the goal is for us is to when you consume anything, don't give anything or anyone your energy. Listen, I'm gonna play a video by Pete Sapper. You're a creator. Think like this. You're a creator, you're a divine being. Everything in your life you created. So when you're
Mm-hmm.
struggling, why am I struggling? What's going on here? You know? And your soul, I can feel my soul sending me things that I need to work on. I can feel my soul putting things in my life because I know I didn't it's like I didn't learn from it yet. That's where we're in. That's how it is. When you see the same people giving you a hard time all the time and be like, you need to say like, what is my soul trying to tell me?
Mm-hmm.
This flesh that we see is it's controlled by your spirit, your soul. There's higher things. Your soul are sending you because you and your soul are tied. When you ascend, your soul ascends. You guys, we decide to, with our souls, decide to come here for a purpose. So, but this world tell us when we see when we're struggling, it's the devil. When we're struggling, it's the devil. That's what this world tell us. No, it's not the devil. What is your soul trying to say? What is it trying to teach you? What is it trying to teach you? Yeah. And
Are they willing to learn?
are you willing to learn?
Are you willing to learn?
Are you okay with the things are you willing to learn? Or you want Joe Biden or Kamala or Obama?
No,
Mm,
no, no one can teach. You have to, every man have to learn on their own.
yeah, everyone has to learn on their own. And funny you say that too, because me and my sister been listening to some videos, some good videos um about consciousness and about energy and vibration. Neville Goddard was one of them. Pete Sapper was a few of them. And I was going into meditation last night, and I could see, hear somehow that it seems as if my higher self was telling me that as good as those videos are, we have to have our own experience. So we're
Exactly.
exactly what you just said. We have to,
Mm-hmm.
we're at the point right now. It can't be like church. You can't go sit down and wait for the pastor to tell you who God is. You have to have that experience.
But
That's
the
how we
funny thing though, not to cut you, but the
good.
funny thing, most of them are teaching and they don't even know.
Exactly. Exactly. So as much as we do, and even as you're listening to me today, you can't just take what I say. So, oh, this lady be like, understand. I'm just here to open up your mind to who you are. You have to do the work. This is where we're at. The days of coming and sitting down and listening, you're listening to for something to go off, for a spark to go off. You have to go in your closet and build and ask your higher self to guide and lead you. And you have to be open up to the leading and guiding of your higher self. Those thoughts that you hear and you be like, oh, it's my mind. No, it's your higher self leading you and guiding you. Don't do that. Do this. Even if it doesn't make sense. And it starts out simple. You'll walk in your closet and you see that red dress flash before you. Wear that red dress. Wear this. And you'll be like, no, I'm not. No, wear that red dress. Obedience is better than sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
Hear, listen, be present, be in the present moment. That's what it calls being in God's presence. Don't let your mind, bring your mind to a central point of listening, not what you're going to do next, not what happened in the past. The only time matters is the present time. They call it God time, they call it the presence of God. Start with that. This is an experience you have to do on yourself. You have to understand that once you have a made up mind, the universe, and this is what I like to say, it will just send you things, send you things. without even you asking. When the Bible says he knows our needs and our wants before we even ask. Oh
Mm-hmm.
my gosh, do you really understand what that means? All you have to do is be present
And go within yourself.
and go within and
Go
understand who
within.
you are. Stop
Yes.
allowing your mind. Your mind is the creator and emotion to create the life that you don't want because you're thinking about it. We with the ego, we this world is set up to entertain our ego. And you see people with sickness, you start thinking about your sickness. Oh, there's an accident, so and so. You start thinking about the accident. These things is just in the matrix to keep the matrix going, thinking it's bad and good and right and wrong and better and less than. No, there's nothing like that. All we see an accident, you bless it. Bless everyone in that accident. Don't bring your emotions. Yeah, you that's why they have a word empathy and sympathy. You don't go all the way in that you even your thoughts thinking about what if I have cancer? What if I broke my leg? What if your mind, this is how you create with your thoughts. We create with our thoughts and emotions. So if you find yourself today um, just struggling in life, it's you. It's no devil. Nobody put voodoo on you. Nobody put obi on you. It's you. It's you. You can't blame anyone. Your children now acting up, your husband acting up, they're a reflection of you. Your boss acting up, your mother, your father acting up, they're a reflection of you. Go within, as my sister says. This is the work that we have to be that has to be done. That's why people like church because they get comfortable. They get comfortable in church because they don't have to work on themselves. They could only call Mother Brown to pray for them and call the pastor to pray for them. You have to do the work. You we have to do the work. This is where we're at. This is where we're at. And just to remind you, we're at war for this energy. We're at war for our minds. We're at war for our minds. I didn't get to save the video, sis, but if I do, I'll send it to you. I think they're saying that the sky in California and a couple of states is red. The sky in California and a couple other countries too is very red. And when they when somebody made a video, they're making red clouds. They're making red clouds. Listen,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna try and bring in Jesus coming from the sky. If you don't understand who you are, you're gonna be scared. They're gonna try and bring in revelation.
Yep.
What is written in Revelation? They're gonna try and bring Christ coming out of the sky, and this moon gonna turn into blood and all that stuff. And you're gonna be scared and running to and fro and all that. That's the time we're living in. We have to wake up. We have to wake up. What if you're in religion and religion not talking about self? You have to do the work. You can't blame religion. If somehow you find this, you can't say you didn't hear. Stop giving away your power. Stop giving away your energy. And you give it away when you're reactionary to all the things that you see going on the television, on the movies, that you see your celebrities and who's dating who, and instead of working on self.
Mm-hmm. Time to wake up.
We have wake up. If this message finds you, please,
Mm-hmm.
it's time to wake up. Time to wake up. I'm not saying we're gonna say everything is a lie because I know they mix the lie with the truth. But when you're in your higher self, you will be able to recognize things like that. Don't give everything to your energy. School, remember I said earlier, there's gonna be a lot of stuff coming out. School
Mm.
shootings gonna be are shootings and shootings. We're gonna hear about that. Everything. Bless it with, as we read that book, if you bless it with the light of God, the angels around us will go to those places and bless what needs to be blessed. Bless everything with the light of God. I'm so proud of myself. I'm blessing my food.
Yes. Yes.
Ah, I'm blessing
Yes.
my food. I went to Wendy's today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying not to go to Wendy's, and I'm blessing my food with the light of God.
Mm. Because you
Bless
don't know what kind of
everything.
energy cook your
You don't
food.
know what energy. Bless everything with the light of God. Don't get all caught up. Don't get all caught up in everything that you see on the news. You want to go out there and vote? Just go vote, please. Don't get all, oh, and Trump is better than this, and just please don't get up all in politics. If you feel that it's the right thing to do, I can't, you're listen, we have to let people be. Everybody is a divine being, everybody is a God. We have to let them be. People make their decisions. Um, they're free to do whatever they want to do. People is free to do whatever they want to do. Stop criticizing. That's not your problem. We can only encourage and be like, but they're free to do whatever they do because they reap the consequences. Whatever you sow, you reap. You
Every
they
time.
every time, and for every cause, there's an effect. When you think, there's an effect of your thoughts. So please, 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 please. I just hope people understand who they are. Knowledge of self, knowledge of self. There's a lot of help out there if you want to continue to understand who you are, please. But I just pray that you don't continue to give your power to other people. Please help this ascension so we can live that good life here on earth, not when we die and go to heaven, because that's what they tell us. As Reverend
But
Ike says,
we're not going to heaven. There's no such thing.
and there's no such thing as hell either. There's no such thing.
Oh.
As Reverend Ike says, they tell you you're gonna get a pie in the sky. There's a pie in the sky waiting. There's a pie in the sky waiting for you.
Oh, I wonder if it's pecan pie or cherry pie.
I love sweet I love sweet potato pie. I like sweet potato pie. So if there's one, I hope it's sweet potato pie. I hope it's sweet potato pie.
Mm-mm.
Yes, 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 yes. So yeah, this is my message today. I just woke up this morning. I'm like, oh my gosh, please, people, wake up, wake up, wake up. The Christ letter says the separation not gonna be between the rich and poor anymore. It's gonna be between those who are conscious, have an awareness of selves, and those who are
Mm-hmm.
not, still waiting for somebody to come and help you. You No, no one's coming. No one's coming. That's what woke me up. I was listening to something on the radio, and someone said, "No one is coming to help you. All you're
Be your own
struggling now,
savior.
yeah, no one is coming. You have everything you need right here to help yourself.
Yep. You
Why
are your
Christ gonna come?
own.
Why Jesus gonna come? You have the Christ consciousness within you. Hmm? The same power, he tells you, the same power that rose him from the dead lives within us. Why he's gonna come to help you? You just have to have a knowledge of who you are. The disciples probably didn't even understand what he was saying because he came so we know that we're divine beings. That's why he came. He said we just have to change our beliefs. We have to change our beliefs. Walk in our divinity. Walk in our divinity. And let me play Pete Sapper. Let me play what I saw him. I hope I saved it. He makes it, please follow Pete Sapper if you're listening to me. Please, he makes it so simple,
Very plain. Yes, he
very
does.
plain. Very, very plain.
Yes, he did. He took out the thee and the thou.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Here he is. I watched this like 10 times. I watched this
Over and over
over
and
and
over and
I couldn't
over.
stop watching it.
That's when you know something makes sense.
Every dollar that you've ever received, it's come from you. Now, the problem with
Uh,
how to get richer, understand that you are
can you
limitless
hear,
abundance.
sis?
Money is
Yes.
not outside of you. You are the source of every dollar that you've ever received. It's come from you. Now, the problem with the problem that you're having is that you're perceiving from the separate character that believes money is outside of itself, or that it's coming from some slave master boss, or it's coming from some shitty job that you hate working that's killing your soul. That's the problem. You're not perceiving correctly. And in large part, that's the only problem anyone ever has with abundance. They're not perceiving properly. They're not seeing themselves as the source of abundance or the source of everything. You are the game creator. That's right. You're not the game character. You're not the character in the game. You're not the player of the game. You're the creator of the game, the entire game, including this character. Thank
Wow.
you for creating me in your
Mm,
experience, by the way. Do you notice how I erase all of your victimhood?
yeah.
Good luck finding that on anywhere else on TikTok, where the land of the victims, where they're flagging stuff that's all about unconditional love for hate speech. Right? There's so much more energy to be sourced for the parasites, the astral parasites, with victimhood and being a victim, a professional victim. We're everything, we're all one. That's right, baby, you're everything. Everything that exists in the universe is you. You're creating everything with your energy. There's nothing actually here. All of this is energy, right? Everything you see here is just energy. Even the scientists that are clueless will tell you this. It's 99 point to the 13th power empty space. Protons, neutrons, and electrons. There's nothing actually here. There's no real matter. Besides you, you're the only thing that's real, and you're creating everything, including me, right? Thank you for creating me in your experience. Notice how I'm reprogramming your subconscious mind to understand that everything is your creation. You have to stop believing it will be okay. You have to know it will be okay. That's the manifestation process right there. Believing, right? This is the third dimensional teaching. Believe it to be true. You know, take your loser beliefs and replace them with other beliefs. No believing, right? If you want to be a powerful manifester, recognize every belief you have and get rid of it. Clear yourself of all beliefs. They're all limitations, right? Because whatever belief you have, no matter what the belief is, it's a limitation program. Because everything outside of that belief or identification is now off the screen of your consciousness and not possible. You want to have no limitations. You want to be infinite possible possibilities, which is your true nature. Get rid of all beliefs. The manifestation process is a tangible knowing. It comes from a tangible knowing that you are the creator and that creation is finished. Don't ever forget what I just said. It's the most important thing anyone's ever told you. The manifestation process is rooted in two things. Number one, knowing that you are the creator, and number two, knowing that creation is finished. Thank you for the gift. I'm sorry, I'm not keeping up all the gifts. I'm not keeping up with the comments. I know I'm doing a terrible job, but I'm new to TikTok, so just be patient with me.
Yeah.
How to get rich, richer. Understand that you are limitless.
One more
abundance.
time. I'm gonna read.
Money
Wait,
is
one more
inside
time.
of you. You are the source of every dollar that you've ever received. It's come from you. Now, the problem with the problem that you're having is that you're perceiving from the separate character that believes money is outside of itself, or that it's coming from some slave master boss, or it's coming from some shitty job that you hate working that's killing your soul. And in large part, that's the only problem anyone. Good luck finding that on anywhere else on TikTok where you are the game creator. That's right. You're not the game character. You're not the character in the game. You're not the player of the game. You're the creator of the game, the entire game, including this character. Thank you for creating me in your experience, by the way. Do you notice how I erase all of your victimhood? Good luck finding that on anywhere else on TikTok where the land of the victims, where they're flagging stuff that's all about unconditional love for hate speech. Right? There's so much more energy to be sourced for the parasites, the astral parasites, with victimhood and being a victim, a professional victim. We're everything, we're all one. That's right, baby, you're everything. Everything that exists in the universe is you. You're creating everything with your energy. There's nothing actually here. All of this is energy, right? Everything you see here is just energy. Even the scientists that are clueless will tell you this. It's 99 point to the 13th power empty space. Protons, neutrons, and electrons. There's nothing actually here. There's no real matter. Besides you, you're the only thing that's real, and you're creating everything, including me, right? Thank you for creating me in your experience. Notice how I'm reprogramming your subconscious mind to understand that everything is your creation. You have to stop believing it will be okay. You have to know it will be okay. That's the manifestation process right there. Believing, right? This is the third dimensional teaching. Believe it to be true. You know, take your loser beliefs and replace them with other beliefs. No believing, right? If you want to be a powerful manifester, recognize every belief you have and get rid of it. Clear yourself of all beliefs. They're all limitations, right? Because whatever belief you have, no matter what the belief is, it's a limitation program. Because everything outside of that belief or identification is now off the screen of your consciousness and not possible. You want to have no limitations? You want to be infinite possible possibilities, which is your true nature? Get rid of all beliefs. The manifestation process is a tangible knowing. It comes from a tangible knowing that you are the creator and that creation is finished. Don't ever forget what I just said. It's the most important thing anyone's ever told you. The manifestation process is rooted in two things. Number one, knowing that you are the creator, and number two, knowing that creation is finished. Thank you for the gift. I'm sorry, I'm not keeping up all the gifts. I'm not.
And it's a knowing. It's not a believing. It's a knowing.
It's the knowing. It's the knowing. It's the knowing. And you see how he says, especially money, we separate ourselves from abundance. We think, oh, there's abundance and there's us, you know. So we just got to know that we're abundant. Know that everything in our lives we created, you know. And I like when he says, it gives us another interesting idea that when it says it is finished and God says its creation is
It's
finished.
finished.
Yeah.
It's a knowing. Yeah.
It's a knowing.
Because
So
when you know it's finished.
yeah. And
Yeah.
it's knowing that too, everything we need is available to us. We have to know that because there's us and I heard that guy said the same thing about nothing else exists out of you and consciousness. And that's
Yep.
what I started to talk about earlier too. Understand that everyone in your surroundings, you created. They are your creation.
Yes.
And the way they behave is just well, you said it very good earlier, sis. They're just reflecting an aspect of you that you need to work on. That's what it is. They're not your husband is not separate. If your husband's acting up in a way, I know it's hard for us to believe, but you created your husband and your children and all that. It's all your creation. And it takes a knowing. It takes a knowing. And that's why we have to renew our minds. We have to renew our minds and understand who we are, understand who we are.
Yeah.
So we don't constantly be in this lack. You gotta know, not just believe. You gotta know that you are abundance. You are abundance. And oh, I see it's at the core of who we are. We have to think of ourselves the way we think of God, you know, because at the core, even now when I feel I have a headache, I go in and be like, at the core of the I am, the I am doesn't get
I
sick.
it can't be sick.
The I am
Mm,
can't be sick. The I
mm-mm.
am can't be in lack, you
Nope.
know? No,
Mm-mm.
the I am at the core of who we are, the I
That's
am.
when you know. That's
That's
when
what,
you know
and
who you
that's what we
are.
have to know exactly. And
Hmm.
we knowing that reprogram our subconscious. Our subconscious is very, very, very powerful. But we've been telling because it doesn't ask if it's true or lie. You know, your subconscious does whatever you give it. Especially we've been programmed by our ego, and whatever you give it, that's what it works with. That's what it gives to
Hmm.
you. That's what our
Hmm.
subconscious does. So this is taken to reprogram our consciousness, understand that we're not this victimhood, we're not just this flesh. We are divine beings created by the source of the being, source of our being, and it's only one. We come from one. There's no separation. The Bible tells you clearly nothing can separate us from him. Nothing. There's no separation. So just
Oh,
none. So if you can just program your mind, what me you talk about yesterday about we used to imagination. We talked about imagination. Was it yesterday, sis?
a day before yesterday,
Yes. Yeah.
Tuesday.
Yeah, we talked
Yeah.
about yeah,
Oh, is
imagination.
it Tuesday? It was Wednesday.
Was
Tuesday,
it
Wednesday.
Wednesday? The days are gone by so. And
Oh
that's
my.
just like when we were little kids and we imagined certain things. And when we go to school, we couldn't do imaginative stuff. Especially when we leave kindergarten, we couldn't do that imaginative play like before. But that's what we have to do now.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we have to do now. Imagine. Imagine you want that beach house. Just sit down and lay you there and imagine yourself in that beach house.
And you will be there.
Yeah, you'll be there. That's your thoughts and that's your emotion. You're creating. You're creating it. You're creating. You just
Mm-hmm.
have to know who you are. Know thyself. Know thyself. All right. All right. Thanks, everyone. If anyone
Beautiful,
listening,
beautiful lesson.
yes. If anyone listening, please give us a little thumbs up so the algorithm could pick us up so other people we could share with others.
And
Yeah,
also let them leave their feedback, whether good or bad.
yeah,
You
and tell
know,
us how you
leave your
feel about
feedback.
it. Yeah, let us hear how you feel. Let us hear how you feel. Yes. Yeah, and we just it's hard for us when we come to this knowledge. Because I'm at the point where I'll be like, look at those gods, look at the gods. Look at the gods down struggling and arguing, and it's listen. I know we can't not everybody's gonna be saved. And
You,
and saved doesn't mean you're gonna die and whatever, because you don't die. Your energy beings. You do not die. Do not die.
you know, I was thinking about this song that Mary and Mary sing. It's the God in me.
Mm, that's a good
Yeah,
one. That's a
yeah, the
good
God,
one.
the two sisters,
Yes, I
Mary and
know that
Mary, is the
song.
God in me.
Yeah, it's a
Uh-huh.
God in me. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It's that knowing. It's that knowing.
There you go.
It's that knowing. Wow, that's a good one. It's that knowing. It's the God in me. And that's how we have to start live our lives. We don't have to be these perfect. But we have enough people. We have our guides, our guardian, angels looking out for us. So please. All right, all right. Thank you. Thank you, sis, for joining. Thank you for those who joined us online. Thank you all for your support. And Father, Mother God, we just thank you tonight as we bring this word forward, that your children will understand who they are. And you sent us here to find ourselves back to you. And some of us is on our way, and some of us doesn't have any idea. So I pray today, Father, that whoever find this message, whoever find this word will continue to the path back to you, back to no, and going back to you, understanding who they are, being aware of self. And we always pray for our homeless, those who are in lack, those who need healing always. Oh my gosh, knowing that it's as this Pete says, listen, creation is finished. Everything we need is available to us. So, Father, teach us and guide us in how to access this unlimited abundance. We thank you today. Bless us as we go. Bless our family. We bless everyone with the light of God. We bless our homes. We bless our families. We bless wherever we go. We bless it with the light of God. And we say thanks. Amen.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you. We are grateful.
Yes, yes,
Yes, I
yes,
am grateful.
yes, yes. Okay, sis. On Saturday, start the Christ letters. Join us, everyone. I was going to talk about the Christ letters today, but Saturday. We're in the path where Christ discussing what really happened at the Passover. If you
Yes.
want to know what really happened at the Passover, join us.
Come
Join
join
us,
us.
sister. Join us. Join us.
There's room at the table for
Yes,
all.
yes, there is. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, sis. Have a blessed
Oh,
night.
okay. All right.
God
Be
bless
blessed.
everyone.
All right.